Man, almost didn't make it, y'all, but I'm here. Ooh, I gotta have coffee to make it through this session. Can't have no beer tonight. I gotta have coffee to make it through this one. Telling you. Good evening. Come on in the room, people. Come on in the room. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I don't know what time it is. Shit. 9 o'clock. We here though. All right. It's been a rough day, y'all. Come on in the room. We got a show for you. All right. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let me get these gadgets over here. Man, come on in the room. We in here. As the old folks would say. We in there. Whew. Hope everybody had a good day. Good evening, Deborah Scott, Cynthia Hall, Cynthia Joyce Montgomery, Kamasita Bird, Kathy Stewart, Betty Littleton, Rolynn, Kim McCoy, D. Pat, Patricia Green, Thad, what's up, famo? Tara Robbins, Cornelius Patricia, David Brad, famo, what's up, buddy? Miss Bullock, Mia Bird, Brother Fox, what's going on, fam? What's up, baby? Go see you tomorrow night, man. Know you gonna come out tomorrow night. Y'all already know what it is tomorrow night, man. What is it, round 3? Kathy and the band. And shoot, hope the weather hold up. But yeah, tomorrow night, man, we come on out. There's our happy hours tomorrow from 5 to 7. 2-for-1 drink special. 2 baddest bartenders in the land. We got 2-for-1 drink specials tomorrow from 5 to 7. And I think the band will kick off around about 8:30. And hey, man, we talking about a good time. So come on out tomorrow night to the location. You already know what it is, 251 West South Street, right next door to the Ice House. And experience the experience, all right? So no cover charge, 2-for-1, happy hour, 5 to 7. And then you want to hang around, wait on the band to kick off about 8, that's on you. So they in the building tomorrow, 5 to 7, like I said, happy hour, 2-for-1 drink special, no cover charge, and hey, good music, and I don't know what they gonna have tomorrow. I don't know what kind of little hors d'oeuvres. Every last week they done had something to eat. That's on them. But anyway, y'all, welcome to another edition of the most thought-provoking show on the web, and soon to be back on the radio. I ain't gonna tell you when, ain't gonna tell you where, but soon to be back on the radio. All right, and so just hold what you got. Hold what you got. All right. I had some interesting conversations today. We got a lot going on in the city, a lot to unpack. Low water pressure again in South Jackson. South Jackson people are dealing with either low pressure or no pressure. And once again, Antar gets out in front of the news. He loves the camera, y'all, and makes another anecdotal statements about the water. All right, we don't know when the water might go out again because it wasn't all the way corrected after the storm. Okay, so just so y'all would know that the water situation is touch and go on a day-to-day basis. All right, and that's for all of us except for if you stay in certain neighborhoods. And so yeah, you can get by with your boot on, Rochelle. Shoot, come on out, huh? Baby, you can come on out with a tennis shoe on. Listen, you can come out. I don't care. But anyhow, so the mayor, once again steps out and promotes all this old false hope, this bullshit. And you got that going on. You got the trial that started today for one former JPD officer and also one officer that has been reduced to desk duty. And we're going to talk about that. And then Thelma Boyd, longtime city employee, Thelma Boyd, that was working in some capacity with the county, was fired on yesterday in a historical. Oh, this is y'all ready for this one? So Thelma Boyd was fired in a 3-2 vote that's not the usually 3-2. On this one, it was Credell Calhoun, Bobcat McGowan, and Gavin. David Archie and Robert Graham voted against Credell Calhoun. And so word is it's a war going on the County Board of Supervisors. And that Credell is out of control now that he is president. And so I don't know how true it is. Like I said, once it comes, don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. All right. And so Credell, Bobcat McGowan, and Gavin voted against Dave Archie and Robert Graham, and in a 3-2, a historical 3-2 vote, because it usually don't go that way. It's usually Archie, Graham, and Calhoun. And so in this incident, it went the other way, and so Thelma Boyd out of there. And my understanding is a lot going on behind the scene in the county. And we'll unpack that in the days to come because we already know there's some stuff going on in the county. Also, some more stuff about the sheriff department. We got some more stuff that Eric Walls, the deputy that was recently in some trouble, and we haven't heard anything about that situation. It's like Lee keeping that situation hush hush about how Mr. Walls went over to his son's house and assaulted his grandchildren's mom, because that's what it is. And we haven't heard anything else about it. And I'm wondering why. Well, in the meantime, Eric Walls has continued to show favoritism and nepotism. My understanding that one of his sons might be the one that just had a situation with a girl. I think just got hired, and then he has another person down there by, I think I want to say Miss Johnson, Kim Johnson, or somebody working down there on his hand. Kim, his cousin, Kim Johnson. Allegedly, Kim is terrorizing everybody in civil process, right? So Kim is a civilian employee who is a secretary and a bully. And every time you look up, it's like Wall is hiring more and more of his family. Like, nepotism, I'm just saying. But to my understanding, Kim and Nate Rose, whoever Nate Rose is, had a big falling out down there at the county and ran Nate off. And now Kim and Burnley or whoever, y'all know who they are. They are like the ones insulating Walls, because Walls is letting them do what they want to do. And to my understanding, Lee is too ill, and we praying for him. But to my understanding, Lee Vance is too ill physically and mentally to deal with all this stuff. So you have a sheriff that has already had some serious allegations leveled at him, who we know has a health problem. And so once again, here we are in this African American community rewarding black folks for failure. Now we pray that Lee's health gets better. But at this point, he's not physically fit to be sheriff. And because he's not physically fit to be the sheriff, it has a capacity on his mental ability to be sheriff. See, a lot of y'all don't see that. See, a sick person can't do no good job. How you gonna do a job and you sick? All right? And so it's crazy, man. It's crazy. How you gonna have a sick person and expect them to do a good job, right? And then they fired, I guess somebody said they fired one of the narcotics officers today. I don't know, down at the county. Say they fired one of the narcotics officers. But anyway, White and the White, so White, Alan White, to my understanding, and Wall have no intention. Now I don't know about Alan White, because like I told me and White, I don't know, I can't say. But to my understanding, White and Wall don't care nothing about no crime. They just ordered some new motorcycles, and both got new pay raises. And then whoever, Shopper and Thornton, supposed to be investigated about some mysterious hanging from a detainee in Texas or something. I don't know. They got all kind of stuff going on, all kind of crooked folk going on. And so you got a sick sheriff that I'm talking about physically sick. Ain't got to mention the mental part, but he's physically not capable of doing the job, and all the people that he have in place to do the job might not be physically sick, but they mentally sick. The stuff that they do. And so you got to count it, the largest law enforcement officer in the whole entire county that is physically ill. That's a fact. We ain't talking about nobody. That's just a fact. He's got some health issues. And if you got health issues and you dealing with that, hoping that you don't die or you don't know what's wrong with your body, it's mentally impossible to carry the capacity of the sheriff department. You can't do both. You can't get yourself well and get the county and the city. It's impossible, people. Would anybody disagree with me on what I'm saying? See, this is what I'm talking about, just common sense. But I don't know if he done messed all his money up as years as a JPD officer, then saved his money or what. But I'm gonna show you how black folks, I'm gonna show you once again, how many of us done had grandparents and uncles and stuff work all their life, always had good jobs and nice cars and stuff. I know folk work for Packers, Spirit, Vickers, all these places, all these years. Had good job, made good money when folk didn't know, black folk didn't know what money was. And then have to work later on when they should be retiring because they didn't do right with their money when they were making more money than everybody else in the neighborhood. Making more money than everybody else around town, at the church and everybody else. Y'all know them folk, you done had an uncle like that, an auntie like that, back in the gap that will make, and maybe that's Lee case. Lee been working for JPD all these years. You mean to tell me you ain't saved up enough money? Well, you know your body is not capable of getting up every morning. You suffering from, see that, and I'm just talking real shit tonight, okay? Because as black folks, we got to talk like this and we got to have these type of conversations. You know your body is not responding like it ought to respond. But you got to get up and go to that job every day that you can't perform in. You can't do the job. It's a fact. It's a fact. Lee can't do the job. Nothing against him. His body won't let him do it right now. And so we got to pay you to not perform because all these years when you could have been performing and did perform, you didn't save your money and do right by your money, so now you got to work sick. And then we, the people, got to suffer. Do y'all not understand what I'm saying here tonight? This ain't nothing personal. This real stuff, man. This real stuff. We don't want him to be sick, but he is. He is. And the physical pressure that's on his body prevents him from being the best sheriff that he can be. Now, do he get a pass for that? No. It's time to retire. It's time to retire. That's it. Ain't nothing, man, listen, man. We got to have talk that makes sense, people. Why? Okay, let me ask you this. How many games y'all gonna let Dion lose before y'all send him packing? Let me ask you that then. How many games do Dion get to lose over at Jackson State before y'all send him packing? How many jobs do Nick Saban or any one of these coaches get to lose before one of these colleges send them packing? In other words, you paid to perform. You're not paid to not perform. What y'all think? Because, he been in law enforcement 25 years. He just get to sit there and get a salary? We paying a sick man? Man, it's real shit, man. Y'all, what business person, what person in business pay another person to not perform? I just got in here late tonight because I had to go out and give a lady a praise. I had to go give her a praise. You think I could have got the job if I didn't go give her a praise? I got to go perform. I can't get paid sitting here at the house woman waiting on me saying, well, I want you to come do the job. Well, I need to know how much it's gonna cost. I need to know how much material I'm gonna need. Okay, if I sit here and just look at y'all, and how I'm gonna ever get the money from the woman? This ain't nothing personal against Lee, but you're not able to perform. And because of that, the department suffers, the citizens suffer. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying? Y'all, this is basic sense, man. This is common sense. Ain't nothing personal. But if your body is ill, man, then go on to the house. Well, maybe you can't afford to go to the house. But if you can't afford, it still ain't our responsibilities as citizens to pay you to not perform. Your job is to perform. God forbid you ill. But guess what? So be it. Deal with it. I go on to the house and give us somebody who is healthy and mentally stable and able to run the department like it ought to be run. That's fair, man. That's just fair. That's just fair to the citizens. Now y'all around here acting like y'all Negroes ain't got good sense, man. Y'all should be sitting around here and acting like y'all ain't got good sense. We all know the man ain't well. So we on this in there. Yeah, he's sharing. He's sharing. He getting us out. He's sharing. What kind of shit is that? I pay his salary. I pay taxes. You pay his salary. You pay taxes. Creole, sick. Creole Calhoun, sick. He got a depends on him. Can't even talk. Can barely talk. And black citizens, black voters, y'all sit here and let him keep getting right back in office. To not perform. I mean, don't tell me. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just saying, tell me how do that make sense though? What one of you watching this live tonight go pull up at McDonald's and order a Big Mac meal and get him your money and they don't give you nothing back in return? They don't even give you a double cheeseburger and you just drive off like it's okay. So y'all keep that money. I don't even want. Yeah, who gonna do that? I ain't even talking about no whole bunch. I'm talking about just a Big Mac meal, $5, $6. You go pull up there and say, I want a Big Mac meal. And then they just never come back to the car when the drive through, and you just drive. So, well, y'all just keep the money. Who gonna do that? Now, nobody on this line gonna do it. You gonna go back in there and say, well, listen, I've been out here in the winter all the time. Y'all ain't brought my order out. Just give me my $5 back. I go on cross street to Wendy's or whatever. But what I'm saying is, you not go pay McDonald's for a Big Mac and they can't produce it. So why would you pay the sheriff? Why would you pay county board of supervisors? Why would you pay a council member? Why would you pay your pastor, your preacher, your apostle, your evangelist? Why would you pay anybody to not do the job? I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. Nothing personal against me. Let me get that disclaimer, because I don't need nobody calling me talking about, man, none of that. This ain't nothing personal against me. We just making a case. We just making a case. That's all. That's all. We hope and pray. Because that's all y'all do anyway is hope and pray. You don't do no work. So we hope and pray that he get better. But in the meantime, we need somebody that's going to do some work. We need somebody that's going to run a department. We need somebody that's going to hold some folks accountable. We need somebody that's going to stop the contraband inside the county jail. We need somebody that's going to shut down all the nepotism. We're going to pay somebody to do that. We're looking to pay somebody. The citizens of Hinds County are looking to pay somebody to do that. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, y'all? Ain't that what we want to do? Just basic economics. It's just basic economics. Listen, if Mary Hopkins can stop Initiative 65 all by her damn self, Mary Hopkins sued the state of Mississippi and won with the Supreme Court by herself. The mayor of Madison took on the whole state. She took on the voters and everybody else of the whole state. This woman done made what the voters voted on. She done made the Supreme Court stop what the people said they want and say, no, y'all did it the wrong way. Now, I just want to show y'all something. Because she's saying this. She's saying, I'm not just totally against Initiative 65. I'm just against the way you went about it. See, did y'all catch that? Mary Hopkins said, I'm just not totally against it. I'm against the way you went about it. Because according to the books, it's got to be done this way. It's got to be done a certain way. I get it, Sarah. Sarah, I get it. A lot of people mad. A lot of folks with children. Listen, I heard a conversation today about Mary Hopkins. Man, I wouldn't be surprised she's getting all kind of threats. I'm serious. Because you got children out here, parents, and I'm talking about Republican constituents who are furious because their children need medical marijuana for seizures and things like that. And so they heated, all right? But on the flip side of that, Mary not saying she against it. She just said she against the way they did it. And you gotta respect that. I don't care how much you dislike her, you gotta respect what she's saying. And all she's saying is the what's on the books can't be used because that has been changed. How you went about and grabbed the signature. We lost a congressional district, so you don't have that anymore. You have a smaller body now of how you grab put an initiative out to get the signatures, and that's what she challenged. And according to the law, she was right. So watch this. So in one aspect, she's viewed as wrong, evil, and all of that because of the people that are affected by the decision that the Supreme Court made, and people that were waiting, had stores and warehouses and licenses and things like that, was ready to jump on this on August the 1st. Well, all this put on hold. So in one aspect, unless they talk about the special session they're going to have, So in one aspect, she's viewed as evil. But on the other aspect, according to the law, she's viewed as righteous. I'm just saying. The law. And for a person that has been victimized by a system, I'm with her on just enforce the law. See, enforce the law, and everything else will fall in place. So I'm with her on that. Win for her on that, and big problem. But I use her as an analogy to say, if she can do that by herself, then how is it that black liberals who control the political arena in the capital city and throughout the county, how is it that they can't get nothing done in the city or in the county? This thing. Mary did that by herself. And here in this capital city and county, we let people like Credell and others do what the hell they want to do. A failed sheriff department, all kind of crazy stuff going on. But anyhow, all right. So today, y'all, they had the day 2, because yesterday was jury selection. Day 2 of the George Robinson trial, a trial that could last 2 weeks, they say. I don't know how many of you watched it. Some of the early shenanigans were this morning. To my understanding, we have some footage. I'll share it probably tomorrow. Dennis Sweet, who is representing George Robinson in this case, who's representing the family. Dennis Sweet was up at the courtroom this morning. Now, why he is there this morning, I'm not sure, okay? But clearly there was some type of disturbance, and I think Judge Peterson told him he had to leave, so he was not able to be there in the courtroom. Why would he even be there anyway? There has already been some alleged talk about Dennis tainting juries a while back. We know about a case dealing with a Carrie Sparks, who was working for Mr. Sweet, who just recently was hit by a car in Memphis, all right, and mysteriously passed away. We know that a ruling came down where Dennis had hired Mr. Sparks in a landmark case dealing with some airbags or something, and for about $10 million. Well, it was found out during that case, that trial, that there were some receipts where Mr. Sweet had been paying Mr. Sparks to talk to different people in that community or taint the jury pool or however. Once that came out, then they ruled to overturn that ruling and I guess, to take that money back, and they was going to retry this thing. Well, it's allegedly said that Mr. Sparks was about to cooperate with authorities and I guess testify against Mr. Sweet. Miraculously, Mr. Sparks didn't make it. All right. I don't know. I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. All right. And so Now you got Dennis on another historical case, all right, here in the capital city. And I'm going to tell y'all how we got to where we are today with George Robinson. Whatever happened that day with the preacher, or however these officers pulled up on whatever this street was and came in contact with Mr. Robinson, it all started with some more events that had played out earlier part of that day. We know that Mr. Robinson was confronted by several JPD officers, and we know that I don't know if an altercation took place or if they just pulled him out the car or whatever. We do know that he wasn't arrested. He didn't go to no hospital. He left and went to the Mustang Motel. There's video footage of him at a hotel. There's video footage of people in and out of his hotel room. And so we know all of that, all right? We know that the FBI investigated this case and found that the officers involved did nothing wrong. We know all of that. Then comes the George Floyd murder. The George Floyd murder comes. It's a political season. Trump is up for re-election. George Floyd's murder transcended upon the country like nothing the country had ever seen before. It was the blatant disrespect of Officer Chauvin's knee on George's neck while the young people were filming it that I think just sent the country into overdrive with, no more. All right. And y'all know my position on Black Lives Matter and George Floyd. I could go on all night talking about it. But it was that moment in history. Y'all got to listen to me. It was that moment in history where the cameras were rolling and the spotlight was on officers' misconduct throughout the streets of America. Rather it was white officers on black citizens, or rather it was black officers on black citizens. It was just everybody was zeroed in on police brutality. And in the African American community, police brutality has always been a punchline for politicians, for activists, for anybody that wants to rile up black folks. For 1 minute, they tell you, you can't trust the police in the black community. You grow up hearing that. Then the next minute, they telling you, well, you need to tell the police if you see anything, anything. So black people grow up with this distrust of law enforcement. And most of that has been perpetuated by black liberals on the Democrat Party. That's just fact. Nothing personal. I gotta break it down for y'all. And so in this moment in history, the cameras was rolling, the world was watching police brutality. Now, mind you, that George Robinson's case had already passed through FBI finding. Nothing is more fine-tuned than an FBI investigation. So Mr. Robinson's case had already passed the burden of proof with the FBI. These officers were found to be not in violation. But with the political arena in the state that it was in, with people like the DA and the mayor looking to boost their political credentials in the Democrat Party among the vast variety of white liberals who would put tons of money behind a black face uh, to help promote their agenda in the African American community and abroad. There lies an opportunity. There lies a great opportunity, and most people don't understand that. But Antar and Jody understood that, and they used that opportunity. They used the political climate of the presidential election, the Donald Trump being up for re-election. They used that. They used they used media spotlight that was on police brutality. They used that. And they used the money that George Soros was putting into black liberal cities to defund police. They used that. Matter of fact, they used it to the point where Rakita Lumumba even was in City Hall here in the capital city with a sign saying defund the police, or standing with someone that had a sign saying defund the police. And so for Jody and for Antar, it was a grand moment. It was a moment like never before. Man, we could be big right here. We could be black liberals who stood in alliance with this mass movement of liberals and others that was saying that, you know, this police brutality is going on at such a high rate. White officers killing black men is happening at such a high rate. What they don't tell you though, is not happening at the same high rate as black on black crime, because the media is not going to show that. So the media will always promote a white officer, whether he's right or wrong, perpetuating some type of crime on a black person, because that's the punchline. That's the America punchline. That's the liberal agenda to keep us so divided. But they won't show you the same essence in how many blacks are dying at the hands of black men day in, day out. And so with the media being so powerful, having such a powerful tool, Antar and Jody knew this was a prime opportunity for a political swing. Now you got to understand that this shot that they're taking, this ain't for local. This putting 3 officers on trial is not a local swing, y'all. They swinging at something bigger. They got their eyes on some bigger stuff and want to be accepted among that liberal crowd as those type of guys, okay? And so they have no problem putting 3 black innocent officers on trial, long as it brings them the attention. Do you understand what I'm saying, people? Long as it brings them the attention that they need to be in that political arena, to stay in that arena. Now, the flip side of that is this. Not only can we get the political attention we need, but with the grand scheme of Dennis suing the city for the wrongful death, we can get some kickback too, because the plans got to go hand in hand. You see what I'm saying? In order for the suit to be good, you need an indictment, and at least you need a case. You know what I'm saying? To help solidify the suit. That you and I are the ones that's gonna pay the suit. You and I didn't listen. Dennis is gonna get rich off of suing the citizens. He's not suing JPD. See, y'all got to understand that. So the city that these people so say they love, he's not suing JPD. He's suing the citizens. Okay, so we hand that out. We're gonna be the one that cash him out. Okay, so watch this. Antar and Jordan need that to happen so that they can get their cut too, right? So on one hand, you already giving, watch this, Jody gets a salary from y'all, Antar gets a salary from y'all. Well, we can also hatch up another way to get some more money, y'all, because if y'all sue the city, we gonna make sure that it go through and you win. And I don't give a damn about Dennis Sweet suing the city. He don't care. Okay? And so it's money, and then it's aspirations to be among this large conglomerate group of black liberals that seem to be pushing this narrative about defunding the police. Now watch this. Watch what Antar said about the FBI coming to Jackson. He says, I don't want the FBI in Jackson because I don't want African-American men being targeted. Listen to me now. Listen to what he said. Watch this. Listen to this, people. You gotta hear. See, you gotta pay attention to what these people saying. He says, I don't want the FBI coming in here helping us because we don't want them to target African-American men. But watch this. But what about all the African-American men that are targeting other African-American men that are being gunned down out here in the streets because of measly dollars or nothing? So you don't want the FBI to come in here and investigate African-American men that could possibly get ready to perpetuate a crime against other African-American men. What kind of shit is that, Anton? Think about that, Speed. Think about that now. So it's okay. It's okay for Boo Boo and Roro and Mimi and Man and all them to get their guns and go over there and shoot up Lala and KK and Mickey him them house. That's okay. It's okay for them to target other poor African American folks and take their lives. But you don't want the FBI to come in here and investigate people who could possibly be getting ready to perpetuate a crime against other poor black folk. Or is it you don't want the FBI to come in here and see what you got going on? Which one is it, Anton? Which one is it? Make it make sense now. See, because all that gotta make sense. It's all gotta make sense, people. You don't want the FBI to investigate possible criminals who could be possibly getting ready to carry out an act of violence against other black folks in this city? You don't want them in here checking on them people? Or you don't want them in here checking on you? Which one is it? Because it don't make sense. It gotta make sense. It gotta make sense now, people. So I mean, come on now. Because JPD ain't investigating nobody. So the sheriff ain't investigating nobody. Look what we got here now. See, I'm gonna bring it all home. The sheriff ain't investigating nobody. We know we got criminals around here. We know we got folks with high-powered weapons and stuff preying on other poor black folk. You don't think we need to find out who they are? Y'all won't talk to your kids. Y'all won't tell your cousins and your boyfriends and all these other folks that y'all know who perpetuating crimes against other po folks. Y'all won't tell them to stop. So let the FBI come get them. Mamas, y'all got sons with guns in the house and all that. Who they got them for? They roll out here running off with your daughters and all that. So I'm just saying. And so in all of that, you got the DA and Anti now, once again. Once again, I told y'all, Anti ain't the bright one in this group. He's just the face. Putting on this show by the malicious persecution of 3 innocent men, all for political gain and financial gain. At the end of the day, people, it's very important to listen to what's not being said. Somebody get that in a minute. Y'all thought I was going to say listen to what's being said. Now, I said at the end of the day, it's important that you listen to what's not being said. It's far more important than what's being said. You gotta listen. Because you don't hear them saying, we've confiscated this. You don't hear them saying, we've solved this crime. You don't hear them saying, well, we have these numbers to prove that homicides are down like this. You don't hear them saying, we have this number to prove that car burglaries are down like this. Rape is down like this. You don't hear nobody saying STDs and HIVs are down by 60% in the capital city like this. No, you don't hear no good talk. Listen to what's not being said, people. The mayor always get out front and talk, but listen to what's not being said. Listen to what's not being said in JPX. This school went from an F to an A. We don't hear that. This school went from a D to a B. We don't hear that. Our dropout rate decreased by 6%. We don't hear that. Listen to what's not being said in Ward 2. Over there in Bristol Park, they said they got trash coming out of all the dumpsters over there. So they've been calling Angelique Lee for weeks now. Asking that's her ward. What's she gonna do about the trash over there in Bristol Park? They done had 5 different management groups. Say the folks over there can't even get no manager on the phone over there in Bristol Park. So who they paying their rent to? You don't hear nobody talking about that. You don't hear nobody saying nothing about how all these different property managers with these different apartment properties live outside the state of Mississippi and just got properties in the city. Folks paying their rent, can't get nothing done. Had all type of different managers. You know ain't no white folks coming to manage no properties in Jackson, Mississippi in the inner city. Y'all already know that. So most of these property managers are some black women that done finally got a job somewhere, man, property, and they either stealing rent money, riding the clock, ain't answering no calls, ain't getting nothing done, and it's just a mess. It ain't just Bristol Park, it's all over. It's in all these apartment complexes. Listen to what's not being said, people. And y'all just be walking around here just like it's just okay. It ain't okay, man. It ain't okay that we last in everything. It ain't okay. It ain't okay that we got failed schools. It ain't okay that you got 2 libraries in a city that's predominantly black. 2 libraries. As bad as children need to read and have access to a library, you got 2 libraries that's inaccessible. Eudora Wealthy and the Charles Tillman Library. Trash. Both of them. It's not okay. Listen to what's not being said, people. Quit listening to, oh, he said this. Oh, the man said he gonna do it. When is it gonna get done? Listen to what's not being said. In your school, in your church, in your marriage, from your children, in your community, on your street. Listen to what's not being said. It's far more important than what's being said. What they're doing to those officers is wrong in every kind of way. And we just hope that a jury of their peers will see that the chick who's putting the case on for the state, they ain't got no case, but she is the most trash. Man, did y'all see her argument? Come on. It can't be serious. But just listen to what's not being said. That's all I can tell you. Have a great night. Tomorrow night, happy hour, 5 to 7, 251 West South Street, next door to the Ice House, The Experience. Time to Move band with Miss Kathy will be in the building at 8 o'clock, singing all your greatest hits. We out of here. What you say, I heard what's on me like I'm top, like it's pop, Pacific when you chop, when it push you segregation, I'm a couple, I can run it with a chopper, whole lot of money to say, but way more so in the back, see it, niggas be cool, not straight, get no handshake, we with that way, my face, better take some risks, keep those, and see them, I love me in that game, I'm drink, I'm like, I don't know about the close, all security, keys, she coming. After you done your leave, all say you're playing the pain, you're broken. All keep up, but since you don't know like you got position, like you got money. There's a little tough. Back to the bank, like, what you say, I heard, what's up, what's on me like I'm top, when like it's Pacific when you chop, when it push you, segregation, I'm a couple, I can run it with a chopper.
Pluto.
So last night, man.
Baby Pluto. Having a little prayer meeting. Yeah, hey, can you look at that? Yeah. Okay. Hey. All right, just put it on. I got like 6 women in every room. I got 16 rooms. I promise you we'll have a good time. All right, God bless you. You're right. I remember all these folks that put a fake beard on, all that, the crowd, the club, the car, the name of the page, but they doing something. So they got that shit on. I'm the one that got on. Really, I don't even be all that hype. Oh, wow, I don't know. They get it fired up. God damn. Always tell me that's a really good look.